Hey guys, I'm RozaldVaneGAME, and welcome back to another episode of VLR, or Virtue's Last Reward. Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. Last episode, we basically went through a flow. We finally got the choice of Betray and Ally, and we discovered the choice of Betray, and that was the ending. We're in the Ally section. So we allied with Tenmyouji, and we're seeing the results of that now. And that's primarily mostly it. I'm probably anticipating a Tenmyouji ending here, so we'll see what happens. 一度画面にご注目ください. Wait, where's Alice? I kind of anticipated that much, that he wouldn't betray us here, because he's gonna tell us the truth of something. Yeah, Tenmyouji's gonna tell us the truth about something that results to an end for his side of the ending. But in that graphic, when they showed everybody's face on the reaction, something was wrong. Alice's face was not there. Alice was not even in the conversation in the Betray either. So I have a fear that something was going down, and that is the fact that she's infected by Radical 6 as well. But the effect kind of took longer for her to get infected by it. Yeah, because her color of the graphic when they show their faces are, I think Alice was yellow in the Betray that I remember seeing, but I didn't see her face in that graphics of people's faces reaction on to seeing this whole board. Yeah, her hand is not even showing up either, so that means something's bad. Something bad's about to happen. Either she ran off and she's about to kill someone, or she's dead now somehow. Well, it seems like I made the right choice. You really helped me out. Thanks. Arigato. The corner of his mouth twitched into a grin. I felt myself smile a little in response. Clover, on the other hand, looked less than pleased.
Sigma. No,
I know. No, there was no good choice either ways to begin with, even if I chose Betray. Well, guess what? You're gonna see Alice die. Suffer in the choice that you made, Clover. Suffer, Alice! Or no, it's not Alice. Suffer, Clover, for what you will be seeing. Honestly, I don't like Clover to begin with and how she reacts here. I honestly think that every now and then I just don't like Clover because she's always... I guess she is kind of an on and off character kind of thing. Like, she could be evil or good at any point of the way. And it has happened the same way in 999, and it's here the same way almost. It's just so bad that her character is a big-ass flip-flop. Just like flip-flip-flop, flip-flip-flip-flop, and it's just like changing everything. Anyways, she sighed heavily, shot me one last annoyed look, and stalked off. Well, it's an ending anyways, eventually. Across the room, and Dio and Fire were already confronting one another over their own results.
なるほど。そういうことか。ディオ、お前は私とルナを殺そうとしたわけだ。
バカ。勘違いすんな。どうせお前らは裏切りを選ぶだろうと思ったんだよ。だから自衛のために、こっちも裏切りに。って、あれ？ルナはどこだ？
医務室でクオークのことを見ている。
じゃあ、アリスも？
アリス？
Oh no.
アリスなら、K と一緒に AB ルームに入ったはずだが。
Where's K? Oh, there's K.
ええ、確かに入りましたよ。一緒に。しかし、部屋から出た途端、アリスさんはふらふらと水色の扉の方へと近づいていって。
Ooh, so she did start running. But if she dies, it's not on Dio then. Yeah, either she dies, then our suspicion goes and falls into Luna, because Luna might be the one who kills her. Because Luna's the only one out here that right after everyone started looking at the results.
倉庫を出て行ったのか。
はい。
結果も確かめずに？
そうです。もっとも、我々に関しては、結果など見るまでもなかったのですが。
True.
クオークの投票先は、協力で確定していたからな。
Yeah.
ええ。
にもかかわらず、お前とアリスは協力を選んだわけだ。お人よしもいいところだな。
どうとでも言ってください。人の道を踏み外すぐらいなら、嘲笑された方がはるかにマシです。
アリス、どこ行っちゃったんだろう。
He just said it. Did you not listen, Clover? He's at the cyan door.
AB ルームの中で、しきりに疲れたとおっしゃっていました。
Oh, I see.
おそらく、キャビンのどこかで休まれているのでは？
Uh-oh. Wait. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is that's her usual spot when she goes to die. That's not good. Because that's one of the spot that that's the only spot she always seems to die at. This is probably the third time this is gonna be happening. Either she stabbed herself, which she did do in the other branch that we did not long ago, or somebody murdered her with a knife.
だといいんだけど。
Knife or scalpel. An ominous rumble filled the warehouse. Door closing. Yeah, that's obvious.
アンビデックスゲートが閉鎖されました。アンビデックスゲーム第3ラウンドは星の回です。
I don't think we're gonna get far enough for this particular
ゲ
start
ート
round.
は星のマークが記されたカードキーにより解錠されます。
Because there's only three branches that can offer that. Offer the white door rooms. It's either it's either these two. It's only these two mostly, I think, that would offer the door forward, or this one, this or one of these two. Because we've already went through one of the white doors, which is this one right here. So we only have two more white doors to go through, because that's the last of the white doors. Because they don't let you repeat some of the white doors, or let you repeat any of these doors whatsoever for the puzzles. So it would make no sense to make that happen.
なお、このカードキーの使用回数に制限はありません。
Alright, give me a second. I'll be right back. I need to check on something, and then we'll continue right after. I might change my shirt if it takes longer than normal, like a full day or something. But anyways, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. It was a little quick checkup for a little bit. Alright, so it wasn't that long anyways.
これを用いることにより、アンビデックスゲートは無限に開放することができます。
We can open the gates as many times as we want.
星のカードキーを使えば何度でも AB ゲームができる。おそらくそういうことではないかと。
なあ、そういやゼロウサギがこんなことを言ってなかったか？
AB ゲートが閉まると同時にバングルの表示色は自動的にシャッフルされるようになってるんだよさ。それからソロとペアの区別もね。
Honestly, I don't think it matters, because we're not gonna live long enough to see that, I don't think. But if it is that we can see all the way past that, then that means, again, it's gonna unhide or show up the remaining branch of the area. Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all of our coloring groups are this time. Sorry, I was my brain was jammed on what I was wanting to read for the rest of that sentence. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. We got blue. Or cyan, rather. That's cyan. Magenta. The first hand was whose hand? I just didn't realize that. This is Phi's hand, I think. Yeah, this is probably Phi's hand. Or Dio's hand, rather. Yeah, I think this is Dio's hand. This is Tenmyouji at yellow. And he's a pair this time. K is a solo red. I'm guessing this is my character, Sigma. Sigma's hand is green solo. No, this is Sigma's hand. And who the hell is the previous hand? I'm so confused. These hands are sometimes are so hard to tell. This is Sigma's hand, sorry. 3 blue solo. Blue solo. Huh. It looks like all the colors are weird. Clover's a cyan pair, and Phi's a magenta pair. But Tenmyouji's a yellow pair. So we just have no clue who Luna, Alice, and Quirk is pairing with, I guess?
そろばんの3人は赤、青、緑の3色で分かれておるな。
Yeah, all three solos are in the room here.
K は赤、ディオは緑で、シグマは青になっておる。
Yeah. Then how are we supposed to group up for the chromatic doors? I think they're gonna be white this time?
ああ、それなら聞きました。ディオさんから。
うん。確かに教えてやったぞ。この倉庫でシグマたちを待ってる間にな。
You should have seen them for... You should have seen them then too, Phi.
あ、見たよ。B 階の倉庫にあった。あの扉のことだろう。
Yeah, so lay it on us. How are we grouped up for the... How am I reading it so poorly now? My brain is not in the reading mode for some weird reason. How are the groups going to shake up this time? Phi nodded and began to explain. Okay, so I'm gonna read this like normal. Option A, Tenmyouji yellow, blue, and me blue would be forming one group. Magenta, Phi, and Dio green would be the other group. Clover and K form the third. Technically, this is the only option we get. Because white doors are only white doors and they're permanent.
あ？次はパターン A だけなのか？
Yep.
そうだ。白の第二扉を開くには、この組み合わせ以外はありえない。ちなみに、アリス、ルナ、クオークはこの場にはいないから、誰がどの色なのかは不明だ。だが現在判明しているペア版の3名、そのいずれかのパートナーになることは間違いないだろう。
So there'll be yellow, magenta, and cyan, right?
そうだ。
で、これからどうするよ？
I was like, why are we staring at a wall?
白の第一扉が開放されるまでにはまだだいぶ時間があるぜ。
54 minutes? Yeah, and about an hour it looks like. I don't think we're surviving an hour.
私、アリスを探してくる。
Oh, she's gonna be freaking pissed because she's gonna find that Alice died.
そうか。では私も付き合おう。
Oh no. Clover gave her a shrug, and the two of them headed out through the cyan door. The infirmary, right? You're going to go check on Quirk. He gave me a nod and trotted out to the yellow door. Oh wow, they actually showed the yellow door from here opening. That only left us with three. That left only 3 of us: Dio and Kay and myself. What are you guys gonna do?
俺はそうだな。ラウンジにでも行って一杯引っ掛けてくるかな。Kay、お前も行くか？
からかっているのですか？私はこの仮面を脱がない限り。
ああ、そうだったな。悪い。じゃあ俺は失礼させてもらうぜ。
I bet Kay's gonna say something to us, I bet. With a lazy wave of his hand, Dio slouched off towards the magenta door. It took me a moment to realize Kay was following him. Oh.
おい、なんでついてくんだよ。
勘違いしないでください。私はただ B 階を調べに行くだけです。他の皆さんが入った部屋が気になるので。
ああ、わかった。勝手にしろ。
Their conversation ended as they reached the door and stepped through it. I mean, Kay could be suspicious and kill Deal inside the lounge. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it starts having like a weird mass killing of folks every part of the way through. Like, we go visit one room and like everybody's dead in that room, and then we visit another room, and it would be weird of an ending, but... Alright, what should I do? Yeah, we listened to the audio 2 episodes ago, if you missed it. And Tenmyouji was going to talk to us about the full picture of what's going on outside of here, but we never got the full explanation because the voting round started up and then we got kicked out of it. So we should finish up that conversation before anything happens, I guess. And then that would close out with his ending, I guess. Of course! I need to get to the rest of that story out of Tenmyouji. The words were scarcely out of my mouth before I set off at a dead run down the hallway towards the infirmary. Nobody's in here, I guess? Yeah, that's weird. Huh, there's nobody here. The room was completely empty. I edged forward and peeked around the partition. Oh, that's Tenmyouji. There he was. Tenmyouji. He was standing over to next to Quark, apparently oblivious to my presence, looking down at something in his hand. A picture? I must have made some small noise because he suddenly looked up, saw me, and hastily shoved the photo back into his pocket. What was that? It was a photo of something, right? Was it yours?
うるさい! お前さんには関係のないことじゃ.
But all your stuff we had with us when we got grabbed was taken away. Why were you hiding it?
写真一枚ごとき、わざわざ申告するまでもなかろう。
The silence. Excuse me. Anyway, where's Luna?
出て行ってもらった。
Oh. Ooh. That's very scary then. That means everyone else could die and the 3 of us would be oblivious to it.
しばらくクオークと2人きりにさせてもらいたいと頼んでな。
Honestly, the reason why I'm acting kind of like we're constantly saying that people could die outside of our room is because I'm thinking negatively considering how this ending is going to have to come eventually, whatever this ending may be. But it could also be that no one's dead and we're just only slowly seeing like a result of something changing slowly. Like some people might die and some people might live, etc. But I just don't have a clue, honestly.
で、お前さんは何しに来たんじゃ?
I wanted to hear the rest.
鈴木? 何のことじゃ?
I'm talking about that simulated manned mission to Mars. We heard that recording about it.
知らんな。
Really?
記憶にない。最近物忘れがひどくての。
Hey, nice try, pal, but you're not getting away with it this time. You remember something, alright? You remember so much you told me that it'd take more than 10 minutes to tell it all.
本当に知りたいのか?
Huh?
もしかしたら聞かなければよかったと思って後悔することになるかもしれんぞ。お前さんが夢見てきた将来の希望が、これまでに積み重ねてきた過去の思い出が、すべてガラガラと音を立てて崩れ去っていくことになるかもしれん。
Oh, it's kind of like the weird conspiracy talking. It's like sometimes you say something and it's some sort of conspiracy theory kind of thing, but then instead it actually reveals the truth of whatever the person is thinking, I guess. Or how they usually think of normal life, I guess, but... It's like the sort of like, oh, you should have believed it, that one thing is this thing in truth. And they'll be like, wait, I always thought it was this thing. It's kind of like that kind of feeling, I guess, rather.
それでも構わんのか?
Hey, come on. You don't need to threaten me.
これは脅しではない。本気で言っておるのじゃ。お前さんにその覚悟があるのかと聞いておる。
Well, of course. I never got the chance to say I am. Before I could, Fi exploded into the room, her face a mixture of anxiety and fear.
よかった。ここにいたんだな。
Did something happen?
ハリスが。とにかく、一緒に来てくれ。キャビンの2号室だ。
Without waiting for a response, Fi spun around and ran back into the room. Back out of the room. Jeez, sorry. My throat's giving out on me now for some reason. Tenmyouji and I exchanged a quick, confused look, then leapt up and took off after her. Yep, I know, it's her death. I'm not surprised here. We've seen her death 3 times now, it's just annoying. This is the 3rd time, but this time we know that it's... This time I can guarantee that it's actually committing seppuku, which is suicide, and she did this before, and I don't like it. That it keeps happening, and we can't stop her in this regards every time, but Alice! The first thing I saw was when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. It felt as if I'd walked straight into the brick wall. I stopped short, my body refusing to move. No. Why did this happen? I forced one shaking foot forward and then the next. My legs began to buckle, and I put a hand against the wall to steady myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down. Calm down. This looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can still save her. What? Why? How can you save a person? The bracelet's off her hand now, you weirdo. Then at last I pressed my fingers to her neck, and those hopes were dashed. No pulse. Clearly she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhumane. No, it's not true. Why? Then I noticed it. All the blood must have distracted me. But now I saw that there was a scalpel buried in her chest. Judging by the position of its handle, she had been stabbed through the heart. I felt a sympathetic twinge of pain in my chest, my own chest, and my stomach lurched. Bile and hopelessness rose up in my throat. I stood, hands balled tightly into white-knuckled fists, and took a deep breath. So everyone's here besides Quirk, as usual. We cannot blame Quirk this time around, because Quirk is not able to move around anyways, so there's no point in saying that he's the one who caused this. So the best case scenario is she did it on her own volition because Radical 6 convinced her to do it, which has happened before, again, for this round. All around the room were the rest of the Nonary Games participants, except, of course, for a Quirk. I wanted to ask which one of them killed her, even if it had been one of them, though there was no way they'd answer. All I could do was stare at each one of them in turn, asking myself, is this person a murderer? The looks they traded with one another suggested that I wasn't the only person wondering if they were standing next to a killer. There is no killer. Oh, I bet. I mishit the enter key on the keyboard. An unsettling silence filled the room. Clover was the first to speak.
やったのは誰?
Actually, could she tell us what happened when she walked into this room first? Like, recount, how did Fi and Clover walk in this room? Like, what did they see when they got into here?
なんで黙ってるのよ。答えなさいよ。
落ち着いてくださいよ、翼。まだ殺されたと決まったわけじゃ。
じゃあなんだって言うのよ。事故死？天井からメスが降ってきて突き刺さったとでも言うの？
Dropped from the ceiling. Sorry, just the way the thought, the theory of that is just hilarious to me.
落ち着けよ、つば。
ディオ、あんたがやったのね。
I think this time nobody did it. I think Alice did it herself, because if Clover and Fi walked in here and she was really like this, then technically it's not any of their faults. It's no one's fault. But it sounds like that these two came in, checked on her, and she was fine. And then and then the two walked off, or at least maybe one of them walked off, and the other one person was sitting behind waiting for something to happen. And then suddenly went in the room, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of weird because I don't think anybody killed her. It's just the weirdest thing ever.
バカなこと言うな。
だったら誰がアリスを殺したのよ。
四葉さん、仮に殺害されたのだとしても、私たちの中に犯人がいるとは限らないでしょ
う。Yeah.
そういえば、さっきのラウンドでアリスと一緒に AB ルームに入ったよね。
Remember, he said she ran off.
中で何かあったんじゃないの？
何もありませんよ。
嘘つかないで！何もないのに、アリスが突然、私の前から姿を消すなんてありえないよ！倉庫を出て行くなら、私に一声かけてから行くはず！なのに。
なあ、四つ葉。さっきルナも言っていたが、まだアリスが殺害されたと断定するのは早いのではないか。
True.
この死体の様子を見て、よくそんなことが言えるよね。どう考えたって殺されたに決まってるじゃない。
Yeah, but we're not saying the scalpel stabbed itself into her heart. We're saying she did it herself.
ああ、そっか。そっか。
It's because Radical 6 is still ravaging some characters.
そういうことか。
Oh no, she's gonna get the fancy idea of killing us all.
みんなグルになってるんでしょ。
Yeah, Clover's gonna go insane like she did in 999. In 999, she took an axe to people. And it's just like, oh goodness gracious, really? Are you kidding me?
6人全員でアリスを殺したんだ。
Wow.
だからそんな風に他殺じゃないとかなんとかって。
四つ葉、いい加減にせんか。
わかったよ。だったら殺されたんじゃないっていう証拠見せてもらえる？10秒以内に見せてくれなかったら、私はあんたたちを、ここにいる全員を皆殺しにしてやるから。アリスの胸に突き刺さってるメスを引き抜いてね。
This is a very cool way to just twist the story a little bit further. Because it's now Clover versus the world, kind of weird situation. I don't like this, but it's like it's kind of cool that they're trying to do this, where she's now at least not just pretending like she's giving in on the death. Instead, she's taking the death way too seriously. Hey, wait, hold on a minute.
9、8、7.
Punch her, knock her out.
四つ葉さん。
She's not gonna give up, I bet.
6、5、4。
四つ葉。
And also, how can you prove anything in 10 seconds? That sounds like a childish way of saying, like... It's like a childish way of, like, doing things and thinking things that is, like, just a simple, easy answer of yes and no. This is not a yes or no question. This is literally proof. How do you show proof when you literally have zero tools to prove anything to begin with? There's no cameras for us to check, because the cameras are all hidden behind the white doors, apparently, and sadly enough. We already seen footage of it in the other branch. So I'm wondering if that branch is going to play a role in the lock. And then this one unlock the next batch of, like, stuff.
3、2、1.
Or if it's going to just end right then and there, where she's just going to jump on people and stab people to death. Oh! Oh, it is the lock, isn't it? Exilivier? I see it. We're missing something, isn't it? Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Wait, what? That's the clue? That's what we get for unlocking a lock? Suddenly, Clover moved. Oh, it is! We did get the thing. Okay, I don't know exactly which one particularly, but it seems like this one's gonna unlock some stuff, I think. Which is gonna be stupid. I leapt forward and clamped my hand around her wrist. Clover, listen to me. Alice wasn't killed. Nobody murdered her. She took her own life. Yeah, because we've already seen it. Oh, there's an achievement. Oh, there it is. I can't believe it's not murder. Achievement unlocked. I hate that line. Why? Well, I don't hate it, but I don't like the line. I can't believe it's not murder. is literally a play on words that says, I can't believe it's not butter. Ugh. It's a play on words, honestly, but whatever. She might have been hit by Radical 6. It's true. She stabbed herself in the heart with that scalpel. Well...
そういえば AB ゲームが終わった後、誰かが医務室に。
Oh.
それはわしが訪れる前のことか?
So she didn't go to the crew quarters directly. She went to the infirmary first and then to the crew quarters.
そうです。でも姿を確認する前に、その人はすぐに部屋を出て行ってしまって、今思えば、あれがアリスさんだったのかも。
So she could have just taken the scalpel then.
可能性は高いと思います。嘘だよ！嘘に決まってる！
It's not. It's the truth.
だったら動機は何？どうしてアリスは自殺なんか。
Alright, I'll end it here for now. It's a good point to kind of stop because time is already here. We're gonna go all the way back to the first part of the save because that's what we're gonna go off on for the next round. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Nobody Minds. Hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Good night to everyone for watching this. I'm annoyed because this is looking like it's gonna be a hidden extension of whatever this ending would be. Similarly to this one, I think, right here. Like, this one's kind of stopped here as well. So I'm assuming that it's gonna happen the same way, where it's just like, if you didn't progress that part, you won't see the rest of the branch open up. My thinking is that this is going to probably keep going until we either hit the white door or until something tragically bad happens to everyone and or Sigma. That we'll probably see some kind of weird ending to it. But we shall press forward and see it all the way to the end, however far we can get to it. And then hopefully we'll see if we'll be able to close out this branch, because I do want to close out as much branches as I can, but so far we're just kind of like stuck with whatever we got, so it's whatever, I guess. So thank you guys for watching. Next episode, let's go ahead and hear what she has to say, what our conversation kind of closes off to, because I don't know exactly where it's going to stop. Either where we convince Clover that she needs to believe in us, because we're not the ones killing Alice, or something else entirely, which I have no clue. But I do think that we know for sure that this is the branch, and the other branch, which is on the other side of the stuff, that these characters, that Alice isn't like easily like murdered by other people. The only person we know that would do that would probably be Dio, and Dio didn't do that in this particular branch. Neither did he do it in the other branch that we saw when she committed the suicide thing, killing herself thing. So the only branch that should ever have that situation was the one on the left side, the most left side, because we did see it happen on camera, sort of, where he grabs the knife and like ran off in a sense. So it's kind of like predictable that he might have done it himself. Because again, we know the truth behind Dio. Dio is actually part of the terrorist group that Alice and Clover were hunting before they got kidnapped for this place. So there's this sort of excuse of why she would have gotten hit by Dio in the left side of the branch. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next episode of Nobody Minds, and hope you guys have a great, amazing day, or weekend or night, whenever you're watching this. Otherwise, Roz out.